Well, the British system just doesn't fit in the European system. The British system is a common law system. The European system is a civil law system. British people have always lived under the idea that what is not illegal is permitted, whereas the Europeans do it the other way around. Britain was just always a bad fit for the European Union, and that shows in how people became resentful of the way the European Union interfered with their affairs.
Okay, so, you know, what you've been calling for what, 2 years now has finally come to pass. Aren't you worried, though, about at least the immediate negative effects?
There was always going to be some form of dislocation caused by a decision to basically to cut the Gordian knot that Britain was tied into with the European Union. But the main problem has been that neither the current British Prime Minister, David Cameron, nor the European Union officials like Jean-Claude Juncker actually had a plan B. So we've been left with this state of complete uncertainty as to what happens next. And that, I think, was a great dereliction of duty by both Cameron and the European Union.
The costs of Brexit, you think, will not be as high or as bad as a lot of people fear. So, you know, right now what people are worried about is that, you know, the pound could crash even more and that the UK could fall into a technical recession. You don't see that happening?
It's quite possible that it will temporarily. But I think, you know, and other studies have backed this up. For instance, Open Europe's study, they show that moving to a unilateral free trade model, such as I recommended, would actually be much more beneficial for the UK in the medium term and extremely beneficial in the long term.
And of course, at least in the near term, a weaker pound would also be more export competitive.
Well, absolutely. Britain will be able to export to new markets. Meanwhile, the British market of 60 million wealthy people will be opened up to countries in Asia and Africa who really didn't have a chance of selling agricultural produce and the like to it before.